So I know this video sounds like whining and complaining, so if you don't want to hear this video, just click off. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Asma, and today I'm going to be talking about gifted students and the unrealistic expectations that are placed on us that cripple us in the future. So I've had a serious issue with being labeled as a smart kid even since a young age because I wasn't really smart. Now that I'm an adult, I know that I am just an average person and I am not as smart as what people claim I am. Now that I'm an adult, everyone that was considered average or slow caught up to me. So we all had the same level of comprehension, we have the same level of intelligence, some more than others, but at the end of the day, I am no different than anyone else. And the thing is, when you're told as a kid that you are superior to others simply for reading books, simply for getting good grades, it gasses you up. And for me, I started to grow a very high and fragile ego. I started to become very fearful of being imperfect. I was basically being praised for having a good memory. I wasn't being praised for understanding concepts well or comprehending things fast. I was literally being praised for memorizing a large amount of information and just vomiting it on a piece of paper. It didn't make me smarter than anyone else. I don't think that memorizing a lot of stuff and then forgetting it a week later makes me smarter than anyone else. Because I was so invested in my academics, I started to realize that I was revolving my identity around being a smart kid, and because of that, I did not value social interactions as much as academic life. So I didn't have a life. I was really struggling to make friends because I would always sacrifice chances to hang out with people to study. Another issue that I definitely dealt with is that I wasn't learning for the sake of learning. I was learning just to have a leg up to other students in my grade. If I didn't know a word, instead of just being open to learning it and just learning it for the sake of learning it, I was learning it because I was upset that I didn't know a word that someone else did. The problem is, when I was being praised in elementary school, middle school, high school for doing absolutely nothing, when I got to college, it all slapped me in the face. Like, it hit me like a brick wall. I started to struggle in school, and the thing is, I wasn't being graded based on memorization. I was being graded for understanding concepts and ideas. Because as a child I was praised for being smart, for having good grades, I felt like I could not exist as a human being without having those things. So when I was in college and I wasn't getting good grades and I wasn't doing well in school, I started to have an identity crisis because my identity was literally revolved around being smart. And it started to make me a very fragile human being because when I became an adult and I started to go to college, and even after college, I learned something really important, that the only way to succeed in life is if you fail and get up again. The only way to be good at something is if you start being bad at something. Human beings are not perfect, and when we're raised to believe that we are, it makes us very, unhealthy and toxic people, while kids that were considered average were allowed to make mistakes, were allowed to fall and rise up. And because they did not have any expectations put on them as children, no one really expected them to become anything spectacular when they got older. And honestly, I really envy that. So if you're a parent watching this video and you're thinking, what in the world? The point of this video is, do not let your child feel like they are invincible, that they are the smartest kid in the world. I know it's important to teach your children to have self-esteem, but teaching your children that they cannot make any mistakes no matter what will lead them to a life of extreme disappointment. They will not know what to do when they are rejected from a job. They will not know what to do when they are fired from a job. They will not know what to do if they don't get a on something. They're going to react to these things in a very negative way. This is in no way trying to attack anybody in my life, but I just wish that school systems were not structured in this way. Telling kids that you're average, you're slow, you're gifted, even if they use different words, students are not dumb. Like, I feel like people really think children are dumb, and kids from elementary school, they remember things that you do. And when a child is being put into a category at a very young age, they still internalize that and remember it from years to come. Like, I feel like elementary schools need to do a lot better, especially in America, on how they put kids into categories, because it's just not healthy. I don't know if academic intelligence is really intelligence, because the reality is I was literally being called smart for having a good memory. I don't consider that intelligence. I feel like emotional intelligence, I don't know, social intelligence, like, I don't know, like doing sports really well. There's different levels of intelligence that we don't really talk about in our childhood. We're literally taught that if you do not get good grades, you're not intelligent, period. And that's not a good mindset to have. And yeah, that's my video. I'll see you guys next year, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.